It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Brad, the Minnesota women's head hockey Gopher team. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Can you talk about how you got started in your coaching career?
Yeah, I graduated from Bethel College in 1996. I really always knew that I wanted to be a teacher and a coach, and so that's what I started to do right out of college. I was a physical education teacher and a girls volleyball coach, as well as an assistant girls hockey coach, and started that in 96 and continued to do that for about 5 years, and then was fortunate enough to become the assistant coach at the University of Minnesota.
Can you talk about your time at Bethel College?
Yeah, it was a great experience. I'm originally from Burlington, Ontario, which is just outside of Toronto, but I have a lot of family members here in Minnesota, and so wanted to play hockey for a Christian school, and Bethel seemed like a great fit, and it really was. I had a great experience there, met a lot of great people, and had a lot of fun playing hockey. Even though we weren't super successful on the ice, we're still able to be a close group and made some great friends and some great memories.
That's wonderful. Can you talk about how you transitioned from being a player to a coach for them?
Yeah, it was pretty seamless, actually. I always felt like one of my strengths as a player was seeing the game a little differently, and similar to maybe what a coach and how a coach saw the game. And so was fortunate enough to be an assistant coach with the men's program at Bethel there for a semester prior to becoming the women's coach at assistant coach at the U, and so was able to really kind of transition pretty seamlessly.
Can you talk about what you've accomplished as the women's coach for the Minnesota?
Yeah, we obviously have had a lot of success. I've been with the Gopher program since early 2001. I was an assistant coach for about 7 years under Laura Halderson, who was the head coach. And during the time I was an assistant, I was fortunate enough to be a part of 2 national championship teams with the 2004 and 2005 team. And then taking over in 2007-8 has just been a great experience. This will be year 14 for me as the head coach, but we've had some incredible players, we've had some incredible coaches, and all of those things combined have allowed us to have a lot of success.
Can you talk about the culture you've built for the women's hockey program at the Guilford the Gopher?
Yeah, I think you hear a lot about culture these days, and about 10 years ago, myself and my other assistant coach, Joel Johnson, who's a good friend of mine from Bethel, we were able to just kind of dive into what really matters. Obviously, the wins and losses from the outside perspective matter deeply, but from inside our program, what really matters. And so we wanted to make sure that our players had a great experience, that they got a great degree, and that they won some hockey games along the way. And so that's when we really started to develop just our culture and who we are and what we're about. And we're pretty proud of that. But, with a good culture, you obviously need some good players to have some success on the ice. And we've been fortunate to have that as well.
Can you talk about your time coaching the U.S. women's hockey team?
Yeah, I was an assistant with the under 22 team. Katie Stone, the head coach out at Harvard, was was the head coach. And so that was a lot of fun to go out to Ottawa and to play a few games against Canada, and as well as assisting for Katie Stone when she was the national team coach as well, and heading out to the Four Nations Cup and in Lake Placid and having a great time there also. Anytime you get an opportunity to coach for your country is a great thing, as well as working and coaching some of the best players in the world. We really enjoyed that.
Can you talk about your appearance into the NC Frost tournament?
The NCAA tournament, was anytime we're able to get to the Frozen Four, it's an opportunity to win a championship. And so winning championships is a lot of fun. When you get to throw your gloves in the air and jump on the pile, that's always an exciting time. So that's obviously our goal every year, is from an athletic standpoint to get to the Frozen Four, and we've had a lot of success doing that.
Can you talk about going back to back in 2012 to 13 and then 15 to 16?
Yeah, those were some incredible years. We ended up winning 4 national championships in 5 years there, and that was pretty cool. In 2012, that was our first time winning the Frozen Four in about 7 years, and it was the first time that I was the head coach when we won a Frozen Four, so that was a really memorable moment. And 2013, we just had a great team. We actually went undefeated and went 41-0. Still the only women's hockey program to ever do that. And in 2014, we actually made it to the finals and lost to a very good Clarkson University team. And then we're fortunate enough to get back to the Frozen Four in 15-16 and win both of those with some pretty good players. So a lot of fun when you win, and obviously that's why we do what we do a lot of the times.
Can you talk about how it feels to still be the only undefeated team that has won the Frozen Four?
Yeah, it's really special. I mean, looking back on it, it was a really challenging year. We obviously had great players, but we played a lot of great teams as well. And in the game of hockey, anything can happen. On any given night, you run into a hot goaltender or some bad breaks, and just for 41 games that never happened. We were able to win every one of them, and so it was so special to be able to be a part of that group. And that group will go down as one of the best teams ever, if not the best team ever in women's hockey.
Can you talk about your personal achievement as being the most winningest head coach with 279 wins?
Yeah, I think anytime you win games, it's never just the head coach, ever. It's about your assistant coaches. It's usually more about the players than any of us. And so, like I said, I've just been surrounded by some great people, from coaches to players, and they've made my job easy. Recruiting is the lifeblood of our program. We want to recruit really, really good people that are good hockey players as well. And we've been fortunate to do that. And so really just feel blessed to kind of be in charge of the program. Certainly don't take it for granted that it's a pretty special place to be, and there's a lot of special people that we get to be involved with.
That's so wonderful. Can you talk about the recruitment process and what it's like as a women's hockey head coach?
Yeah, women's hockey is still pretty small, in the grand scheme of things when you compare it to basketball or some of these other sports. And so it's like I said earlier, we want to recruit really good hockey players, but we want to recruit really good people as well. And if we do that, then we're able to have a really good experience with them over their time here. And so that's really important to us. But we're recruiting. We're on the road every year. This year is a little unique with the dead period happening right now because of COVID. So we're not able to get out on the road and recruit, but we're still watching video. We're still on the phone with players, talking with coaches, and it's a pretty extensive process.
Can you talk about the official visit in the recruitment process and what that is like for the women that come to see? the hockey program?
So the an official visit is something that happens during your senior year, and for us, we want to try and get all of our commitments that are seniors in at the same time, so they can get to know each other and experience what it's like to be a student athlete. And that's really what it's about, is what is it like to be a student athlete at the University of Minnesota, and specifically for the Gopher women's hockey program. So they have team meals with our team. They come down to the locker room before the game and after the game. They spend time with our student athletes. They go to class, they get tours, all the things that kind of reinforce why they wanted to become a Gopher in the first place.
Do they get to try on the jerseys and stuff on the official visit?
We don't do that. Hockey is maybe a little more specific, where you put your jersey on over equipment and things like that. I see basketball, oftentimes when they announce a commitment, they have a player in their jersey, and we don't do that. We save that for the first time that they get to put that jersey on, is the first time that they get to play in a game.
That's wonderful. What advice would you give upcoming young women that are looking to play college hockey?
Well, I think the first thing is to just make sure you're having fun. If you're not having fun doing what you're doing, then why are you doing it? Have a passion for whatever it is that you do. If it's women's hockey or girls hockey, then be passionate about it. Put the work in. Enjoy the time with your friends. Enjoy the time with your family, going to tournaments and things like that. But in the end, it's just a game. And so make sure that it's something that you do, but not who you are. Don't have your identity wrapped up in it, but instead have your identity wrapped up in the things that are important, and continue to enjoy the game that you play.
What advice would you give upcoming coaches looking to get into college hockey?
Well, you got to pay your dues. First of all, I think, all of us want to get to the top as quickly as possible. And that usually comes with time. And so make sure that you're getting involved with youth hockey. Make sure you're getting involved with high school and maybe Division III college hockey. And put your time in, and then hopefully you get the opportunities, if you want to coach at the Division I level, to have that opportunity to coach there. But really just make sure that you understand that it's about the kids, and it's about their experience. It's not about you. And if you put things in the right perspective, you'll have a lot of success.
That's wonderful advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media, along with, of course, the program app?
Yeah, I'm at Frost Brad on Twitter, and honestly, I don't even know what my Instagram handle is, but you can go ahead and search Brad Frost, and you'll find me there.
Where can my listeners find the program at on social media?
Well, if on the internet, it's gophersports.com, and it's Gopher Women's Hockey on Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you again, Brad, for your interview, and best of luck in the women's hockey program.
Thanks, Brandon. Have a great day.
You too. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Brad, for your interview, and best of luck.
Thanks a lot.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.